He had a certain set of rules, kind of like a moral code that made sense to him.
Tzedakah.
Tzedakah, yeah. Very charitable.
He was a very kind and
very
giving soul.
A very kind soul. He was always about, I think, the underdog. You know, he always cared about people who didn't have as much as he did.
His favorite place was Tut Hill Park. That's just a couple miles away. And they have a couple of jump tracks. He gave his bike to another kid to ride and talked to me and another friend of mine, said, hey, let's let them ride our bikes. Is that okay? So, you know, he spent the day helping those kids learn how to ride the bikes and go over the pump track and the small jumps.
When I got down to Tut Hill that day, he was in the middle of helping another little kid put his helmet on. He patted him on the head and said, okay, buddy, let's go. I remember one of the kids fell off and Sammy stopped what he was doing and dropped his bike and went over to the little kid to help him up. And so he would go help this little boy up off the ground and, you know, call him little nicknames like buddy and all right, man, let's go.
I think he felt that everybody has a duty to take care of other people. He was, you know, he had a really strong feeling of justice.
When Sammy got his license and he said he wanted to be a donor, I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to discuss it because I didn't want to ever think about that possibility. And but at least that it provides, you know, hope for 4 other families that he was able to save.
I think we get out of bed for each other and for our girls.
We're in the process of getting ready to write letters to the recipient families. Sitting down for that is very difficult to do. So like we haven't been able to do it yet. And I think ultimately it would feel really good to meet them. But I also think it's going to be very hard. I know it sounds weird, but the man who got Sammy's heart, I would really like to put my ear up to his chest so I could hear his heart. That would make me feel really good.
If somebody was suffering or hurting or needed something, you have an obligation to help them. And just to tell, you know, the other donor families that people have told us about grieving is you have to give yourself time.
You grieve because you love. The fact that we have all this pain right now is only because we loved him so much and love him. And so I know that Sammy is, his energy is around somewhere. And I know that he is happy that he was able to save 4 other people. So just knowing that, that's what he would have wanted. I mean, that's of course what we would do.
A positive thing for us to take the sting off losing him. But we know it's the seed that's planted out there. We know it's probably the biggest thing that can honor his life.